Hey friends, it's Guru Blue, and we're going to talk about the things that I'm really angry about in my life. Because on my birthday, my family, my mother and my father and my uncle all wished me a happy birthday via email because I don't do phones anymore. And I told them all to stop talking to me. And I have another sister that I've never met before until I go ruin her life. And so, of course, my dad and my mother keep talking to me, and my mother sent me these bipolar videos because she has bipolar and she's very convinced that I have bipolar, and that is just going generation to generation. So I asked my friends on Live Me, do they think I'm bipolar? They said yes. They said everyone's bipolar. And my friend said, Guru Blue, I think you just need anger management, because he needed anger management. And so I looked at one video on my YouTube, and it's like, you're supposed to breathe, okay? And then you're supposed to write down everything that has made you mad. And mosquito just landed on me. The fuck away from me. Okay, now I let it. This is my theory. I let it sit, and then I let it suck my blood, and then I kill it. I did not get him. I didn't let him suck the blood long enough. Okay. Go ahead, try again. He was trying again. Let him sit and suck the blood, and then they're stuck. And then you can smash them. Just kind of like how I like to get men too. Let them sit and suck your blood and then kill them. Got him. Okay. There's his blood right there. Got him. Okay. What was I talking about? What am I angry about? Okay. The number one thing I'm angry about is when I was living in San Mateo, so this is definitely middle school, my mother saying you missed a spot when I swept the kitchen, and the spot she was referring to was my pile. This is where the rage started in middle school. And I just remember the rage. This is where my instinct to kill started, okay? And I remember being so angry, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to communicate. I was just a kid. And I just sat there holding a broom, just so enraged. And then it just got worse. Our relationship just got worse. We fought about everything. Let's also include painkillers and massive drugs. And then let's include Guru Blue going through hormones in high school and middle school. Okay? So, I'm going to rewire that memory in my head because I don't want to feel rage anymore. And I'm going to pretend she said, thank you for cleaning the kitchen. It looks great. Like a normal fucking mother would say. Like in a normal fucking family. Thank you for cleaning the kitchen. It looks great. Okay, we're just gonna pretend that's what she said. In my normal fucking life, in my normal fucking family. Okay, that was numero uno. Okay, thank you for cleaning the kitchen. It looks great. Oh, you're welcome, Mom. Let's take a deep breath with that one. Because if memories are all I have and they're fucking shitty, we're gonna reprogram Guru Blue's fucking mind here, okay? I'm getting mad just talking about it. When you get mad, you're supposed to breathe. I'm a good cleaner. I am one of the best house cleaners you've ever met in your life. I love to clean. And even when people enraged me, I still love to clean. Actually, just one person. It was just one person that's been disrespectful to me my entire life. It's just one person that ruined my life. And it's just one person that offered to fly me out to California and beat the shit out of me. Same person. Do you wonder why I don't want to move back to California and want to have a residency here in Mexico and I only like animals? It gets worse. It gets way worse. Thank you for cleaning the kitchen. It looks great. Okay, numero dos, number 2. My parents only kissed once. I'm 36 years old. My parents only kissed once in front of me. And they fought all the time, especially about money. Especially about money. The biggest fight in all relationships is money. That's the number one reason people get divorced. If you don't have money, don't get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and don't fuck and don't have a kid. Okay? Okay? Because it fucks kids up. Okay? Okay? It fucks people up for generations. Okay? So, there should be an income requirement to bring a baby into the world. You at least got to have like $100,000 a year to bring a kid into the world. If you do not have $100,000 a year, you are not like allowed. You can have sex all you want, but like don't be like pumping them out. Don't like literally y'all just breeding poverty. Literally, I'm bred poverty. Bred poverty. Okay? And now I gotta fucking fight my way out of it. Out of these mental battles that I didn't even sign. I didn't sign the contract for this one. I signed the contract to be rich and wealthy and make money super easily and be super happy. Not really sure what happened in that. We got to rewrite this contract. My parents only kissed once and fought all the time, they fought about everything. They fought about me. And when my mom lost an argument, she would use stuff against my dad and tell me, like, I have a sister. Or you shouldn't even say that. She said, ask your dad about Megan. And, you know, your dad wanted an abortion when you were conceived. And a lot more, like, we're only ripping off the surface of the onion. So as we go on and as God keeps me alive, we're going to keep going and getting down to the bottom of the onion here. So now I'm reprogramming it to my parents are a very loving couple with lots of money and told me they loved me every night. There wasn't a lot of love in the Casa de Azul. When you don't have any money and you're so fucking worried about money, there's no time to love. There's no time. There's no I love you. There's no like you're the best. We're fucked. Okay, numero tres. So I'm just going to pretend I came from a really rich, loving family that told me they love me every night, okay? We're just going to screw it in a little tighter there. If I can just program myself, I'm just going to reprogram my memories, okay? And I don't cook because I've had private maids or private chefs my whole life. I'm just going to tell people that. Oh, you don't cook? Yeah, I've had private chefs my whole life. You know how to cook? Okay. Moving from Daly City to San Mateo with no support system and being alone. I think this is the move that really damaged me the most because when I lived in Daly City, there was a park right next door and we lived on the top of the hill and we had this really funky green shag carpet and we lived in a rental, but they had a little neighborhood of kids and I had so many friends and I had so many social interactions. When we moved to San Mateo and my mom bought the condo, my social interactions went to zero. And we lived in kind of like the poorer part of town, and she didn't want me to go to the poor schools. She wanted me to go to the rich schools, which were across town, which turned into me being late to every day at school. I was late because we had to drive all the way. It was like half an hour. And also she went to work, and so I would wait for her we only had one bathroom. Here's the bathroom trauma. We had one bathroom, and she would get up and take all of her time and to go to work, and she would use the bathroom, and either I'd have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to use the bathroom, or I would like wait until she was done. And if every time I waited till she was done, then I would be late for school. And she never drove me to school. My dad packed my lunch, drove me to school, picked me up from school, and worked. And she went to her work. And I wasn't allowed to like hang out I went from like going outside and playing with my friends every day to like not being able to play with anyone or have any social interaction, especially when I was in my early teens And this is kind of why I have, I like to be alone. I'm used to it. I don't like friends. I don't like people. I never, in those critical, if it happens before you're 16, then that's how you're programmed. So it was before I was 16. And I just never had a lot of friends after that because nobody wanted to drive all the way across town to come to my house. Nobody wanted to come to the ghetto part of fucking San Mateo. Nobody wanted to do any of that. And that's when my support system really deteriorated. I had no friends. My family was fighting all the time. I couldn't go out and I became really, really depressed and really, really lonely and really got into like satanic worship because my life was a living hell. And then that's when I decided not to have kids or get married because I was so miserable and isolated. And I became really, really good at the internet. And I became really, really smart because I could read books in a day. Because you just don't want to think about home. You never want to think about home. And I excelled in academics because I never wanted to think about home, and I become hyper focused. So food was always an issue. When you're broke, food is always an issue, and I'm definitely seeing that in my adult life, like not eating because I don't think I have the money for it. And kind of like manipulating my life for that. And then I become hangry, and then I get irritable, and then my moods are all over the place. And it's like, okay, if I can just get my eating on a regular basis, that's gonna solve like a lot of problems. And like just being really abundant with food. And that's why it's really nice when I date a man. When I was dating Joe, like he paid for all my meals and we went out all the time, and like I became a completely different person. I became Fed Guru Blue is a completely different person. I'm not even gonna get into the fentanyl and every other drug imaginable, but there's a reason I don't drink and I don't do drugs. Thank you, God, for teaching me that lesson on how drugs can ruin your life, and they do. And I don't do drugs. I do like to smoke weed every once in a while, if I can get my hands on it in Mexico, but other than that, no, not really into drugs. I don't do hospitals. I've been in hospitals way too much. Please put a bullet in my head before I go into a hospital. Like, just kill me. Like, I don't even have health insurance. Number 2, do not put me in an ambulance. Number 3, they will bankrupt you in America if you have any medical condition. And number 4, I have studied, and all of our emotions that are not expressed lead to health issues. So I have the Louise Hay alchemyofhealing.com like almost memorized. Okay, I have a very high tolerance for pain, especially during sex, because it's just like a way to mentally check out. Like even here in Mexico, there's like these little bushes in the house that I'm cleaning out for the roosters. And they're like, oh my gosh, Blue, they call me Blue, Azul, you have these spikes all over you. And I'm like, I like it because I don't feel anything. Because when you're so traumatized, you don't feel anything. That pain is actually the only thing that you feel. So I enjoy uncomfortable spaces. I enjoy uncomfortable things because it's the only way I can feel anything. Because my pain tolerance is so fucking high. And that's why everybody's like, you make a great dominatrix. Like, yeah, I can dish it out and I can take it. Because a little bit of pain is better than not feeling anything. Okay? Not talking about my emotions and not being valued as a person enough to say that like your emotions are valid. And also asking my parents for help and them never helping me ever. Like specifically like laughing in my face, like, oh, you need help? What the heck do you need help for? And this is why I never asked for help anywhere, and I became a hyper independent man because nobody ever helped me. And then at that point, you just stop asking because you know you're not going to get it. And so that's why you got to fucking Google everything and YouTube it and figure it the fuck out because ain't nobody going to help you. Nobody. And if you want it, you got to do it yourself and you got to help yourself. So, always a fight. It was always a fight about everything. Is the sky blue? No, we're going to fight about that. Everything. Like everything. Oh, you woke up today? We're going to fight about that. Like, I don't know if you've been in a household where everything is a fucking fight. You just existing is a fight. Okay? So I'm really good at fighting, and I'm really good at comebacks. And I will whip your ass. Because I have a lot of experience. Okay. I'm also mad I don't have anyone who can relate to me. Like, it's very, very lonely. And no one understands my past trauma. No one understands me. No one, and I'm happy you don't. And this is kind of why, like, I like animals better than people, because they either love you or they don't. And I get that. There's no, like, I gotta read them, and I gotta be on high alert, and I gotta understand them, and I gotta unpack all their emotions just to, like, survive. Like, animals, you know, like, where they at. Like, you know where they at. And I'm really, really good with animals. Like, my dream job was to be a veterinarian, and I think I'm kind of living it out here in Mexico with the dog and all the dogs and all the animals here. Like, it's really, really good for me. In the United States, they're not animals running around in the street. You can't just, like, go to your neighbor's house and, like, they have the door open and, like, take their dog for a walk. And I tried to put their dog on a leash, and he was like, no. And the dog just goes home when they're ready to go home. And it's like, it's way better here in Mexico. It's way more freeing, and I don't need to own animal. Like, literally, dogs come up to me in the street and they're like, please give me love. And that works for me. That works for me. And I'm wondering, do the dogs in Mexico need love from me, or do I need love from them? It's kind of a mutual thing. I'm really good at hyper-focusing. So if I have something that I want to research or want to get to know, I will do I become an expert in like 24 hours. Like, I can become an expert, and you can become an expert too. You learn in hyper-focusing when you're trying to escape reality. I love riding fast horses. So my dad did take me out to Pacifica where we could ride horses on the beach. And I remember my dad putting me on these horses, and we would like run super fast, and I love that. And then we went again, and my horse didn't go fast, I would cry. I would literally cry if my horse didn't go fast. So there's a ton of horses here in Mexico. I'm definitely trying to manifest like a really, really fast horse. That'd be really fun. And I know, like, the richer you get as a woman, like, the more into horses you are. So this is a very good sign for me. I'm really good at hunting. I know how to hunt, like, not with a gun and an animal, but like people. Like, I know how to hunt people. And what I mean by this is, like, if I want to find you, if I want to find something else out about you, or if I need to get to know somebody, or if I need to research you, I'll find you. I can find you. And I'm good at hunting. That's why I call it like treasure hunting, the trash out here in Mexico. And now I'm hunting the chickens. I like to watch behavior and set traps. I love it. I absolutely love it. Also, now having God in my life, there was no God in my family before. We never went to church. We never prayed together. We never prayed about anything. I had no relationship I had more of a relationship with the devil than with God. And I remember writing on my wall above my door, like, Satan loves you. And my babysitter would come over, and she was like, oh my God, and like obsessed with the devil. So now after I talk to my friend Snickers, she's like, Guru Blue, the devil doesn't exist. Like, it's only God. I'm like, oh, that's a lot better. So having God in my life, especially here in Mexico, it's way more spiritual, and it's a lot better. Not knowing about my sister and the fact that she doesn't want to get to know me. So I'm really good at comebacks, and I'm really good at yelling, and I'm really good at fighting, and I really don't like that about myself. I would rather be better at loving myself and other people. I'm telling myself it's okay to be easy on myself, and it's okay to relax. I am so hard on myself, and that is my parents were very hard on me. And it's okay to be easy on yourself, and it's okay to relax. The amount of drugs as a kid I did, and how that led into binge drinking, was, if I got sick, and I used to get sick all the time, they would give me, they said if 1 tablespoon of cough syrup is the recommended dose, we're gonna feed her the whole fucking bottle. And so I was hallucinating off methamphetamines as a kid every time I got sick, and throwing up and all this really, really disgusting stuff, which just turned into binge drinking, because if 1 beer is good, 10 beers are better, and if 1 shot is good, 10 shots are better. And like, that's how I knocked out my teeth. So we're not even gonna go into that today. But that's why I don't drink, because I have no regulation of when to stop, because it's always been, if 1's good, 10 is better. Okay. The level of not caring about social norms is huge. You can see that I don't follow the rules. I don't care. I do what I want. I'm the leader. I'm the alpha because I had to be. If I'm not in charge, then I don't know what's going to happen. And it's been like that since elementary school. So all the kids in line would line up, and I would go to the front, and everyone knew that was my spot, and no one ever challenged me, because I'm always the front of the line, front of the class. I'm front row center. That is my position. I do not understand other positions behind me. Okay? So if you want to fight me, like, I'm the woman in the battlefield, front row center. Like, let's go. You're going to kill me first. Like, let's go. I'm a pack leader, and there's nothing that's ever going to change that. I am an alpha. It is just who I am. I will never be a beta. I will never be a sigma. I will never be an omega. I am an alpha. And the fact that you want to fight me on that is like so fucking stupid. So just accept it, or let me punch you in the face, because like, that it is what it is. It is what it is. I know you guys don't think that there are alpha females out there. There are. I'm it. Okay? The amount of criticism I got in my life has really destroyed my self-esteem. So making more content about love and loving myself and positive words of affirmation is literally just me healing. The fact that I even have to do this kind of content is actually ridiculous, because like, if God made me to love me, so why y'all criticizing me? Like, that doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make money. So that's stupid. And I'm very resentful about all the criticism I got from my family and my mother. And y'all wondering why I don't want to go back to the United States, because it was very toxic for me, and I'm trying to live a normal life, y'all. But I got to do a lot of work. I got to do a lot of spiritual work. I got to do a lot of work on myself. I probably will never have a romantic relationship ever again. I just cannot. I just cannot. Nor, like, out of all the trauma I've been in, like, God does not want me to be in one. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I have a companion dog, so that's probably the best it's gonna get for me, and I'm okay with that. And I'll never have a family, because my family life was just like it's so much calmer for me just to be here alone, and I still get all wild up and wound up, but it's better than it was before. It's a lot better. So this is just like level 1 of things that I'm mad at. I talked about it on Live Me last night, and I feel better. I cried a lot, and other people told me about their traumas. I know we all have traumas. And I'm just dealing with my anger, because it's not serving me. It's literally like a low vibration that is taking a lot of my energy, and I'm ready to let it go. It's not serving me anymore. I don't have to protect myself. Like, I have my own apartments. I'm in Mexico. Like, I can literally get an apartment in Mexico at the beach and just like chill out, and like, it's okay. Like, I don't have to fight my mother every day. And I don't have to fight her in my head, and I don't have to fight people just to fucking like survive. Just to survive. Like, I'm ready to thrive and like love myself and be happy, and not like, and be more into my feminine energy, and not defending myself and being in my masculine. So that's kind of what's going on with the Guru Blue. That's what I'm angry about today, or I was angry about yesterday. And I just chilled, and I'm just focusing on love and knowing that, like, God, at least God loves me, you know? At least God loves me, and just kind of processing that emotion right now.